Peter, you went and visited with Mike McCarthy, spent some time talking to him. Before the hiring cycle started, he was on the list for 4 of the 5 vacancies. What do you think he said to get Jerry Jones to, as I was told, basically fall in love at first sight with McCarthy?
I believe he said 2 things. I'm not the same coach who got fired 13 months ago. And here are the ways that I'm different. Here are the ways that I'm better. And I think he went over those ways. I think he showed them, whether it be in some sort of handout or in some deck, I think he showed them and talked about some of the ways that he would modernize. For instance, he would have a staff of both analytics/video people devoted to football research that would be if he could do it his way, 14 people. Now, there's not a lot of teams in the NFL. There are some that are nutty about analytics, but I think there are not a lot of people that have 14 people in that department. And I think that would surprise people about Mike McCarthy. The one other thing I think, and I don't know this at all, I don't know that he did the first thing. You asked what I think, and this is what I think he did. But I also think he said that I believe that I can make Dak Prescott a little bit better. And the one thing that Mike McCarthy does that he's a real football nerd about is the exact right way to do a pass drop, the exact right way to do mechanics in and out of the pocket. And I think he convinced Jerry and Stephen Jones that I can sharpen up Dak Prescott and make him better.
I got 2 quick points to make. First, Todd Archer of ESPN.com has a story that looks into the 8-day odyssey that ended the season with Jason Garrett as the coach, and 7 days later, he's gone. 1 day after that, McCarthy's in. A high-ranking unnamed source with the Cowboys, presumably somebody with the last name Jones, told Archer that if the Cowboys had not been overwhelmed by Mike McCarthy or any other candidates, there was a chance Jason Garrett could have returned as coach, which explains why they kept the bird in the hand while they looked for the 2 in the bush, Peter. That's why they didn't fire Jason Garrett last week. They wanted to interview some people and make sure that they were actually getting an upgrade before they choose the devil they don't know over the devil they did know. And one other point I want to make about McCarthy and his final years in Green Bay. When he was fired, Mark Murphy, the CEO of the Packers, used a very important word during the press conference explaining why they did what they did: complacency. A sense of complacency had set into the organization. Peter, that's what happens to an NFL team that doesn't have an owner in the building. I mean, the Packers don't have an owner at all. Now, McCarthy's at the other extreme. The owner isn't just in the building. The owner's going to be up his butt. The owner's going to be around all the time. There's not going to be any complacency from Mike McCarthy in Dallas.
I think it's easy to say that Jason Garrett could have come back as head coach. I think there's absolutely unequivocally no way that would have happened. Talk about throwing that out to your fans and to the media again. People would have gone nuts. I just don't think that would have happened.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.